Sabi mo sa iyong sabi mo sa iyong statement, you became worry of your safety, of my safety, and I began to observe the personnel of Davao Penal Colony, who among them were the people referred to by CIDG Karma. So ang ibig mong sabihin, hindi mo alam kung kailan o paano ang sinong mga kasama sa operation?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Wala kang alam dito?
Yun pong si IDG Garma. Ang alam kong meron pong utak niyang operation na yan.
Pero kilala mo kung sino ang mga target?
Yes, Your Honor, yung 3 Chinese nationals.
At nung sinabi sa iyo ni Garma yung ganon, hindi ka ba humingi ng detalye sa kanya? Nung pinag-usapan niyo kung sino yung mga target, ano yung detalyeng ibinigay niya sa iyo?
Basta yun lang po, yung 3 Chinese national na subject nila. Dahil mga member po yun ng Bamboo Triad and Sinaluha Drug Cartel operating in the country.
Bakit ganun ang kapangyarihan niyang si Garma, ni Ruhita Garma? Bakit ganun siya ka-impluwensya, yung kanyang kapangyarihan, bakit ganun?
Dahil CIDG po siya ng Davao City. So, under po sa area ng operation nila yung Davao, buong Davao.
Hindi ba dahil sa iyong palagay, kaya mo rin siya sinusunod at hinahayaan mong kausapin kang ganun dahil tingin mo ba nakarekta siya kay Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte?
Marahil ganun, Your Honor, kasi naging mayor si President Duterte. Kahit na during that time na siya ang deputy CIDG and naging station commander pa po ng isang presinto sa Davao City.
Kindly wrap up, Congressman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Last question, Mr. Chair. Pagkatapos ng usapan na yon ninyo ni Garma, hindi na ba kayo nag-usap ulit?
Wala na po. Wala na pong nangyaring kasunod pa na pag-uusap.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. I will, na lang sa next round, Mr. Chair. Ituloy ko yung aking katanungan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Kong Hun. The next to interpolate is Congressman Acop. Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Superintendent Padilla, dalawa po ang inyong affidavit, di po ba? Isang
Yes, Your Honor.
27 August at saka isang 2 September.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Magkakontra.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Binago ko po dahil
So, ibig sabihin, nagsinungaling ka nung una at sinumpa mo yun.
because of my...
Paano kami maniniwala ngayon sa iyo na totoo na yung pangalawa mong affidavit? Kung dun sa umpisa, una pa lang, nagsinungaling ka na.
Because of my personal safety, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Because of your personal safety, nagsinungaling ka.
Opo, kasi
Ngayon, gumawa ka ng second affidavit.
hindi ko naman po akalain na
Hindi.
didivulge.
Hayaan mo muna, patapusin mo muna ako. Gumawa ka ng second affidavit mo disregarding your personal safety already. Tama po ba ang aking kaisipan?
Hindi ko po akalain na in this hearing, ang pagkakalam ko po is through executive session. Take up.
Kasi tama po yung sabi ni Honorable Konggun, yung recantation is not looked upon with favor by the courts. Kasi yung ngayon sinabi ko, nagsinungaling ka na doon sa sinumpa mo, tapos babaguhin mo. Yun po yun. Ngayon, umpisahan po natin. Nailipat yung 3 Chinese na PDLs sa iyong lugar. Kanino nang galing yung utos?
From higher headquarter po, Your Honor.
Hindi ko naman. Sino po doon sa higher headquarters ang nag-utos?
Yung Director of Corrections.
Sino po yung Director of Corrections na nag-utos na ilipat yung tatlo sa Davao Penal Colony?
Based on the record po, Your Honors, Director General then Rinier Cruz.
At sinabi mo rin na nag-object ka rito.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Do you have any piece of evidence that would show o magpapakita na nag-object po kayo?
Yes, in fact, it was the first letter which I opposed to the transfer dated July 27, 2015. And nireiterate ko po ng October 2015.
O sige, narinig ko na yung sinuot mo kanina eh. Kaya tinatanong ko lang kung meron po kayong ebidensya. Could you please submit to this committee yung ebidensya po na yun na kayo po ay nag-object? Thank you. Punta po tayo dun sa statement ninyo na you were subjected to intense pressure by then CIDG Officer Ruina Garma, who called me through the cell phone of another inmate Fortaleza, at sinabi sa iyo ni Madam Garma na may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at huwag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay ang pamilya mo.
Yes, Your
Is that
Honor.
true?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr.
Now, kung natanggap mo itong mensaheng ito mula kay Colonel Garma, what would have been the proper thing that you would have done? Ano po dapat ang ginawa ninyo?
Hindi ko po actually binigyan ng kuan yung kanyang sinabi. Kumbaga,
Hindi mo pinagbigyan pero sinabi mo, you experience intense pressure tapos
Yes,
hindi mo binigyan ng kwan.
during that time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, nagkaroon po ng ganun.
Oo nga.
Kasi gusto nilang during that time madaliin po yung pagsasagawa nung
Pagsasagawa ng ano?
pagpatay doon sa tatlong child.
So, at that point in time, alam mo na, napapatayin yung tatlo.
Alam ko po, Your
O
Honor,
eh,
Mr.
anong
Chair.
ginawa mo nga? Yun ang tanong ko nga eh. Ano ang ginawa mo? Nung nalaman mo, napapatayin yung tatlo na
Wala.
nasa loob ng iyong piitan. Marami kang pagsisinungaling, Colonel eh.
Kasi nakakulong po yun, hindi ko talaga akalain na mailalabas po doon sa pinagkulungan nila.
Merong ano?
Hindi ko po akalain na mailalabas po dahil naka-safekeeping po doon. Ako po ang nag-order na safekeeping dyan.
Pero antimano, inamin mo na alam mo na napapatayin yung tatlo.
Yes.
Pero wala kang ginawa.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga
Hindi
po,
mo man lang inireport doon sa mga nakakataas para tulungan ka na patigilin o tigilin yung ganun na mangyayari.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kaya nga umihingi ako ng executive session kasi napakasilan po yung...
Sige, let us see kung kuan. Pero ako ang unang magpapatigil ng executive session kung yung sasahibihin mo ay hindi importante dito sa mga issue na inimbestigahan dito sa committee na ito.
It's very sensitive,
Maliwanag
Your
ko
Honor.
siguro yon. Ano? Now, sinabi mo kanina na sa pagsagot po ninyo sa aking mga kasamaan na merong unang pagtatangka. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Sino, paano mo nalaman na may unang pagtatangka?
Doon po sa tawag ni
Tawag ni?
CIDG Garma.
So, ibig mo sabihin, yung una eh,
Yun
yun
lang
ang
po.
una.
Yun po.
Yun ang unang pagtatangka.
Opo.
So, ano po yung nalaman po ninyo, yung pangalawang pagtatangka na sinabi po ninyo?
Wala naman pong, yun lang po, yung unang usapan lang po na yun.
So, kasi narinig ko kanina, merong first try eh, na sinabi mo sa katanungan ng aking mga kasamahan.
Opo.
So, wala na yung pangalawa. Yun na at yun na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Doon po sa pagtatanong na aking mga kasamaan at pagsasagot ng mga ibang testigo, hindi ka pa ba naniniwala na may plano talaga na patayin yung tatlo?
Naniniwala nga po ako.
So naniniwala ka. Ang sinasabi mo lang, hindi ka kasama doon sa plano.
Naunahan po ako doon sa plano.
Ano ibig mong sabihin?
Naunahan po ako kasi
Naunahan kanino?
nung pangyayari, kasi in-expect nila na ako ang unang kikilos.
Iba naman yung impormasyon ko. Si Congressman Paduano na magtatanong sa iyo. Hindi ikaw ang pipiit, isang tao na wala na rito sa mundo dahil din dyan sa okasyon na yan. Di ba?
Yes, Your
Hindi.
Honor. That's
Ikaw,
why...
kasama ka sa plano kasi walang mangyayari sa piitan na yon kung hindi mo alam o kung ayaw mo. Tama po ba?
Ganun po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
May nangyayari sa piitan na hindi mo nalalaman?
Ganun po ang nangyari.
O nangyari lang dito sa pangyayaring ito?
Opo, opo.
Okay. Yun po yung inyong depensa. Yung pong paggalugad, kanino pong utos talaga yun? Para magkaroon ng kasalanan yung dalawang PDL para mabartolina sila. At anong yung paggalugad din dun sa foreign part ng inyong detention?
Yun po ang
Sino po ginalugad din po sila para sila mapunta sa Bartolina? Tama po? Sino nag-utos nun?
Tulad ng sinabi ko po, mayroon po akong...
Tinatanong ko lang po kung sino ang nag-utos.
Sa security operation po.
Security operation. Sino po yun?
Ang security operation ko during that time is Robert Quinto.
Quinto. Tinuturo mo na dahil patay na siya.
Hindi po.
Di ba?
Siya po ang...
Hindi nga, patay na siya, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero
Yes, binaril din siya. Kaya huwag na tayong pumunta ron. Kasi kanina, nung last hearing, sinabi ni Teniente Poro na ang nag-utos ng paggalugad doon sa lugar ng mga incheck at saka yung dalawang PDL, kayo po ang tinuro. It's a matter of record. Nandun po. Kaya, ginawa yung galugan na yun para magkaroon ng dahilan para madala sila sa Bartolina kung saan sila papatayin. Kasi, nandun din dun sa statement na sinabi nung dalawang nautusan na papatay na mahirapan sila dahil nandun sa ibang lugar, yung 3 inchik, at nasa ibang lugar sila. Kaya ginawa ng paraan na mapupunta sila sa iisang lugar, sa selda number 6 ng Bartolina. Tapos, inamin din ng iyong in charge sa Bartolina na punong-puno yung Bartolina. Pero yung selda number 6, dadalawa lang ang nandun. At doon din nala yung 3 inchik na pinatay. Kaya, kung tutuusin, kung ikaw ay investigador talaga, makikita mo na parang may plano. Di ba? Ikaw na rin nagsabi.
Meron po
Sabi
talaga.
mo na may plano.
Meron po talaga.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Kaya lang, ang sinasabi mo, hindi ka kasama sa plano, pero hindi naman mangyayari po ito kung tatanggihan nyo o hindi nyo papayagan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paduano. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, eto lang po, kay Padilla, kasi buo na po yung puzzle. Buo na namin po. Ngayon, we're just requesting you to tell the truth. Now, in my question, pag hindi mo kayang sagutin in public, you will just tell me na mag-executive, you will request for an executive session. Okay?
Kaya nga po, humihingi po ako ng for an executive session.
Kaya nga po, tanungin muna kita just to establish the premise that indeed
Di ba, Your Honor?
you can be allowed to for your request, okay? Ano lang po, premise lang. Okay? Sabihin mo lang pag hindi mo masagot. Okay? Sa executive session na lang, just in case. Okay? Now, number one, actually, Colonel Padilla, based on our investigation, alam namin, you're the most less corrupt in Davao Penal Colony. Alam po namin yon. Na-check na po namin yung records. Na-check na rin po namin yung mga statements coming from your peers during that time. For example, if I ask you, do you know Dr. Derla?
Yes.
Di ba, he was also ambushed, but fortunately, nabuhay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama? And the time he was assigned. Di ba? He was assigned in Davao Penal Colony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, so alam mo yon. Alam mo rin siguro ang kwento doon. Alam mo, di ba? And can you commit to us that you will divulge the reason behind?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Second, wag na tayo, ito, actually, yung bagong ano mo, yung 9 to 11 nyo, mali ito eh. Hindi totoo to eh. Hindi totoo yung paragraph 9, 10, 11 in your affidavit. Hindi totoo po to. Kasi, if I ask you, kanina tinanong ka ni Chairman Ako with regards to the galugad, malinaw po, walang pakialam na si Quinto the time. Sinabi na po ni Foro na at your orders, galugudin. Maggaluga doon sa INCHEC at saka sa dalawang PDL. Established na po yon. Now, sabi mo dito, during the time, off-duty ka na nung nangyari, di ba? Tama? Okay. Now, if you are off-duty, sino naka-duty during the time? Second, high-ranking, kasi 24/7 dapat yan, di ba? Bucor
Yes
sa inyo.
po, Your
Sino
Honor.
yung next? Of course, your deputy.
Deputy po, supposed to be. In absence of deputy,
No, ang tinatanong ko ngayon, sino? Sino yung nandun?
Commander of the Guards po.
Eh, saan si Quinto during the time?
Wala po doon. Outside, dahil nakatira po sa labas.
So, wala siya.
Wala siya.
Wala rin siyang travel sa Manila during the official travel during the time.
Parang nagkaroon po ng parang may Wednesday siguro. Sabado po nung nangyari.
Yeah, August 13. Chinek ko na po yung records eh. August 13, he was not during the week.
Yes.
Tama?
Ganun
Okay.
po.
Kaya yung statement po dito na yung security for operation, blah, 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 Robert Quinto, patay na yun eh. Pero alam ko rin yung kwento dito. Alam mo rin siguro.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Is Dr. Derla and ito sinabi ko na kanina, you're the most less corrupt. Ito. With due respect of course to former Colonel, now deceased, Quinto. Alam mo naman yung relasyon ni Quinto, ni Derla sa tatlong Chinese, especially kay Tony Lim. Alam mo yun, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, can you divulge it during the executive session?
Yes, Your Honor.
At least para lang po maklear din natin yung pangalan ni Quinto with regards to that killing.
Kaya nga po, humihingi ako ng...
Okay na. I just want to establish muna. Kaya nga, nung nakarang hearing pa, sinabi ko na alam na po namin yung puzzle. Tapos na po yun. And well, in fact, siguro, I just want to confirm to you, during the first hearing, kaya hindi mo po masabi-sabi na nakausap mo si Garma because, alam mo, si Garma, her record, dun sa Davao, di ba? As CIDG, as Chief of Police of a station, di ba? Very close to the President, di ba? Alam mo yun, di ba? Kaya medyo wala kang choice.
Yes. That's true.
The same as true for all those persons involved in this particular plan. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so, do you commit, sabihin mo na lahat, na hindi na ako magtatanong doon. Sabihin mo na you narrate na lang doon sa executive session po.
Yes. Your
Kasi gusto ko rin i-clear yung pangalan ni Deputy Superintendent Quinto with regards to what happened.
Yes, Your
Pero I
Honor.
will not clear his name with regards to his affiliation with the three Chinese. And pwede natin, well, in fact, kilala mo rin, si Macariola. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tila ba? And do you confirm that Macariola is very close to classmate ni Quinto?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr.
Oo.
Chair.
Di ba? Okay, tell all ka na doon. Ayop pa. Ayop kasi as stated by Congressman Acop, pag hindi ka nagsabi ng totoo, we will cut short your statement
Yes,
during the
Your Honor.
executive session.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tsaka po, marami pa po eh. May mga complication ka kasi. Ang dami dito. For example, Inspector Glasse. Ito, Glasse. Inspector Edgardo Mendoza. Chief Inspector Roque. Now assigned in Sablayan. Si Glasse nasa NBP ngayon, di ba? Tama?
Davao po.
Davao pa rin. Okay. Now, si Roque is in Sablayan.
In Davao po.
In Davao pa rin. O, tama. And marami pa po. Mga names. Kasi we have already checked. Pero as I've stated, I hope you will say it all during the executive session. Kasi, again, let me stress, ikaw po, less corrupt ka. Doon sa loob ng ano po.
Thank you po.
Nakuha ko na po yung background mo. Kaya lang, I do believe na na-pressure ka lang. Kaya tell all na. Tell all na kasi wala na eh. And you will be retiring by November, di ba? Tama. Kasi baka magpatong-patong pang kaso mo because of this. Okay? So, you commit na to this committee. Okay, ha?
Yes po. Your
Okay.
Honor, Mr.
That's all, Mr. Chairman. He has already committed and let's see what will happen during the executive session. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. The next to interpolate is Congressman Benny Abante. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang tanghali po, Superintendent Padilla. Marami nang naitanong sa inyo at ako'y nagpapasalamat sa inyong mga sagot. I hope that you're really honest enough today sapagkat sinabi nga po ni Congressman Acop na yung inyong unang affidavit na pinadala rito ay pawang kasinungalingan, no? At ngayon, bagong affidavit ninyo ay talagang sinasabi ni po ninyo that you are now telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Niyo ba?
Yes po.
O,
Your
nabanggit po ninyo rito ang pag-uusap po ninyo ng CIDG Officer Royina Garma. Babanggitin ko uli ang pinag-usapan ninyo. Ang sabi sa inyo na Chief Garma, and I quote, may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at wag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. Alam mo na si Congressman, Colonel Garma, babae, di ba?
Yes po.
Ibig niyo sabihin na iniwala kayo na ang isang babae pwedeng sabihin to sa inyo?
Hawak po nila ang...
Alright. Sinabi nyo that you were nagkaroon kayo ng intense pressure. Yung intense pressure, ibig sabihin natakot kayo, sinabi niya. Kayo ba ay nagkaroon ng intense pressure sa kanyang sinabi o sa isip ninyo meron pang tao behind what Chief Garma said at mas mataas po ito?
That's true.
Hindi po kayo natakot dun sa sinabi ni Chief Garma eh. Kinabahan kayo sapagkat alam ninyo na mayroong mas malaking tao behind what Chief Garma said.
Yes po.
Kanina po, nabanggit ninyo, tinanong po kayo ng isang colleague namin dito about the former president. Pinanggit niyo yung mayor pa siya. Ano po, nung si Chief Garma ay naging commander ba sa Davao?
Si DG po.
No, therefore, ang binabanggit ninyo, ito, yung pong behind the big person, sa sinabi po ni Chief Garma, ay inyong ini-implicate ang ating Pangulo, ang ating former president. Ganun po ba?
Hindi ko naman po in-implicate, pero hawak po sila ng mas mataas.
Okay, ibig sabihin yan, hawak po si Chief Garma ng mas mataas. At ang mas mataas niyan ay ang dating Pangulo. Tama ho ba ako?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Mr. Chair, yun lamang po, sapagkat atin narinig na binanggit po ni Superintendent Padilla na merong mas mataas kaya siya natakot tungkol sa sinabi ni Chief Garma. Salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The last to interpolate is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Dong Gonzales. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Colonel Padilla.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Good morning.
Medyo nanginginig pa po yung kamay nyo ngayon, o hindi na? Hindi na po, no? Last August 28, medyo hindi ka masyadong kalmando. May tanong lang po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala ka na ngayon, tinanong ko si Tata, na tumawag si Colonel Garma sa inyo. At sabi mo, hindi mo nakausap. So, tinatanggap mo na ngayon na nag-usap kayo ni Colonel Garma.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. In fact, hindi ko po sana nasagot nung previous kasi I am worry of my
Safety.
safety.
Salamat, Colonel Padilla. Ngayon, Colonel Padilla, meron na po akong hawak dito na sinumpahang salaysay ni Ginoong Leopoldo Tan na naging subject ng nakaraang investigasyon noong April 28, 2024 sa page number. Comsec, pwede po pakiabot lang kay Colonel Padilla po ito. Colonel Padilla, yung pong tatlo po yung nakabilog, gusto ko lang pong marinig ng mga miyembro at mga nakikinig sa buong mundo. Pwede niyo pong basahin yung number 28?
Number 28 po.
Number 28 po. Sa salaysay ni Leopoldo Tan.
Habang naglalakad kami,
Pakilapit po yung mikropono.
habang naglalakad kami papuntang investigation section, tumunog ang cellphone ni Superintendent Padilla. Nakita ko na pinindot ni Superintendent Padilla ang kanyang cellphone. Nadinig ko na sinabi nung tumawag kay Superintendent Padilla, "Congrats, Superintendent Padilla, job well done." Pero grabe yung ginawa mo, ginawang tinuguan.
Medyo mahina po yung mikropono. Pakiulit lang po yung last sentence.
Pero grabe yung ginawa mo, ginawa mong dinuguan.
Oh.
29, alam ko
Sige
na...
po, number 29.
Number
Pakibasa po yung number
29
29.
Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay si Presidente Duterte dahil familiar ko ang boses niya.
At number 30 po. Pakibasa yung number 30.
Pagkatapos ng tawag, sabi ni Superintendent Padilla sa mga kasamahan niya doon, tumawag si Presidente, nag-congrats sa akin. Dahil sa sinabing ito ni Superintendent Padilla, kaya lalo akong napaniwala na ang tumawag sa kanya ay si President Duterte.
Colonel Padilla, ngayon nandito ko po sa harap ng mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Nasa harap ka po ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino nanonood. Ang dami-dami nanonood sa atin. At maraming nanonood all over the country, all over the world. May tanong po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala po ba kayo sa sinabi ni Leopoldo Tan sa number 28, 29 at 30?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Okay, Congressman Fernandez.
With the indulgence of Senior Deputy Speaker, no, I think we're dealing deeply, with this discussion, and I'm just worried about the safety of Superintendent Padilla. considering that he is a 64-year-old retiring in a couple of months, and at the same time, his family lives in Davao City. He is asking for an executive session, and he continually insisting that he be given a chance on an executive session. We all know that the sensitivity of the issue that we are tackling right now, and it entails the life of the people that love this guy. Although, Mr. Chairman, we have seen some inaccuracy on the new affidavits that he submitted to us, but nevertheless, we cannot counter, no, yung buhay na maaaring mawala sa mga testimonyang ibibigay niya dito sa ating kapulungan. And I think it is incumbent upon all of us to think about the family of Superintendent Padilla. Last hearing, I hardly questioned the Superintendent Padilla because I know that he was lying. And indeed, with the change of affidavit that he subscribed right now, I think somehow he's telling the truth. But not completely. Because there is an apprehension on his part. And considering the safety of his children and his family, I think it is just proper for us to finally, ipagkaloob po natin sa kanya yung request niya doon po sa executive session. And he divulged a lot of things. The name of Garma, the name of Edelberto Leonardo na nabanggit kanina, the former president as well. And I think, Mr. Chairman, this is high time that pagbigyan na po natin si Superintendent Padilla. And if I may, no, Mr. Chair, kasi you are reading a lot of documents. Those documents that you are reading right now pertains to what? Superintendent Padilla.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tungkol po saan yung mga dokumentong yan?
Ito po yung logbook ng ship commander during the event.
Can you kindly submit that to us? Can we have that documents?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we convene our Quadcom into an executive session.
Before the
Chairman.
chair rules
Mr. Chair.
on that motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez, allow the chair to recognize our Deputy Speaker, Robbie Puno. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick question to edify this representation, Mr. Chairman. In the issue of in the consideration of a request for an executive session, may I inquire what are the criteria for deciding whether we do or do not grant this request? Is it completely at the discretion of subject to a vote by the body? Or do we consider personal safety? Do we consider national security? Or other factors? May I please ask the chair for clarification on that issue?
Well, in reply to Congressman Robbie Puno, if the committee, this is section 37 of our rules, no? It says that if the committee, on the 6th paragraph, section 37, regular and special meetings, if the committee or subcommittee deems that the subject matter of the discussion in a public hearing may endanger national security or may be offensive to decency or public morals, it shall conduct the meeting in an executive session. In our case, the parliamentary status is that Congressman Dan Fernandez made a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation by Congressman Keith Flores and Congressman Abante objecting to the request that we grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So, since there are objections and the motion is proper at the moment, then let us vote on the motion of
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Dan
Mr. Chair.
Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Chairman, because prior to the motion that I manifested a while ago, the objection of Congressman Keith Flores and the Chairman Abante, there were no proper motion that was moved by the two of them. They have manifested their objection on having a executive session in relation to the letter that was given to us by Superintendent Padilla. So I think the proper objection must be done on the motion that I have manifested on this Quadcom, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr.
let
Chair,
it be...
Mr. Chair.
Okay, Congressman Abante.
I think there was a motion made by Congressman Keith Flores. Now, I'd like to explain my objection, Mr. Chair. No?
Okay.
Number one,
There is a motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation made by Congressman Keith Flores as an objection to that request of Colonel Padilla, and which was also stated by Congressman Benny Abante, objecting to the same request. Now, since we want to decide this collectively as a body, we would like to give both the members of this committee who objected and state for the record the reason why they objected to, in the motion, to grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So we would like to hear the objection first of Congressman Abante and then Congressman Keith Flores. Congressman Abante, you're recognized.
yes, Mr. Chair, with due respect to my co-chair, Dan Fernandez, I objected because, number one, Superintendent Padilla already made it public and he has answered many questions already. As far as his affidavit is concerned. And number two, Mr. Chair, he has already actually implicated the former president by my questions, Mr. Chair, on the issue of the killing of the 3 Chinese drug lords. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Congressman Flores, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, in light of the manifestation of Chairman Dan Fernandez, I will give Colonel Padilla a chance, Mr. Chair, to answer questions which he thinks should only be disclosed during an executive session.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. So now, we will now rule on the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, can I ask for a 1-minute suspension,
On the
please?
question raised by Congressman Robbie Puno, does the gentleman from Antipolo is satisfied with the reply of the chair?
Just a further clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed.
The response that I hear from the chairman seems to suggest that the position taken by the Colonel Padilla has been that it is for his personal safety that he wants an executive session. And according to the rules that you have stated, Mr. Chairman, that's not one of the criteria for granting an executive session.
But,
That's
Mr. Chair,
all, Mr. Chairman.
Among others, the reason that Colonel Padilla cited is the safety, his personal safety and his family's safety. Now, we will grant him an executive session, listen to his revelation, and we will decide whether indeed the session that we will have with him is an executive session where we cannot disclose to the public what we discussed in this executive session. So it is still up to the committee to whether we will make public the disclosure or the revelation that will be made by Colonel Padilla in our executive session.
That's clear, very clear, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Congressman
Mr. Chair, may
Puno.
I ask for a 1-minute suspension, please?